Zabeen. Welcome back to my channel. For everybody who is new here and this is the first video that y'all are watching, thank you so much for joining me on this journey and I hope you have a great time. For everybody who's a returning visitor, welcome back. How have you been and where have you been? Before we start today's video and I introduce you to the topic today, in the comments box, you are going to tell me the last book that y'all read. Or if y'all are not a lot into literature, then maybe the last thing that you read, it can be on Instagram, it can be news, it can be anything. But before you go ahead with this video, you will tell me the last thing that you read in the comments below. So let's get rolling because I am going to read every comment and going to reply. So let's get started. Also, do let me know in the comments if y'all are liking the new format of the videos where we get a little interactive before we start the topic and stuff. I'm water testing this and I want to know how y'all are liking it and is that a good conversation starter? So let me know that in the comments as well. Okay, now let's get started with what we are going to talk about. So today I want to talk about the two books that I read in the past few days. A little context. As part of the 75-day hard, I have also strived to read more this year and I had to read 10 to 20 pages of fiction, non-fiction, anything that I like. And I'm very happy to report that I have been consistently reading my way till here. And I thought that I should do a video on what I am reading and what I would like to read. And then make this like a series where I once in 10 days, once in a week, once in a month, I come and I talk about what I've read, my favorite book or my favorite show or something, something like a review for you guys. So today we are going to talk about the books. So I have two books with me. One is Ramayana for Children, The Girl Who Chose by Devdutt Pattanaik. If you've seen my previous videos, you'll know that I had got this book for Amira, and because it's a young adult's book, I had to read this out to her, so I ended up reading it myself. And also because it's Devdutt Pattanaik, I'm very emotionally attached to him as a writer. I would not ignore one book that he has written. So I kind of read it and I like mythology, so I enjoyed this as well. The other one is You Are a Mogul by Tiffany Pham, who's the founder of Mogul. Mogul is more like a media empire for those who don't know. This is Tiffany Pham. Yeah, this is who she is. And so I'm going to start with this first. I'm going to read the preface out for you. If it's a little boring, you can watch this video on 1.5x. It says, it doesn't matter how old you are or where you are starting from, anyone can be a mogul, especially you. As the founder of Mogul, a global empire that reaches 18 million women per week, praised by Sheryl Sandberg as the #1 millennial platform, Tiffany Pham is living proof that the old rules of success no longer apply. I think I read these two lines and decided that I wanted to buy this book. When I purchased this, I was pregnant and not in a very good mood. I was very hormonal. So I thought, let's just pick this up, let's read it. How bad can it be? It was also the first non-fiction book that I picked up because I usually pick up mythology or I pick up some kind of fiction like Sophie Kinsella, something like a love story. Or if I want to do Indian, I'll pick up like Shobha De or something which has a little bit of sex, a little bit of romance, a little bit of scandal. This was the first time I picked up a non-fiction book. Every other non-fiction book that I have read before, like Psychology of Money, Rich Dad Poor Dad, it's all related to money. It's all been gifted. But this one is what I bought. So yeah, that's how it is. It says how to do the impossible, do it yourself and do it now. A very big motivator when I was starting my own gig because I needed that kind of drive and motivation to somebody to spank my ass and be like, come on, let's go, let's do that. So it was nice. What I specifically love about this book is it also has tips from 10 other women who have broken glass ceilings and built empires for themselves. And it has their experiences and there is so much you can learn from it. The index goes pinpoint your passions, value your voice, crush it in corporate life, collaboration to find your side hustles. So the book is framed in a way which is also like a guidebook where if you feel like you're stuck somewhere, you can also, just pick up a page and see discover through doing or fostering fear of missing out. So I like it because it helps you think better, do better, and do it now. So it's a really good book. The other book that I have for today is the Ramayana for Children, The Girl Who Chose. I told you about this. The reason I love this book is because Devdutt Patnaik has a very different way of seeing the Ramayana and the Mahabharata. Now, this may not be right, but these scriptures or these stories were written in a way to be interpreted by everybody depending on their circumstances and depending on their theories and their mindsets and their intellect level at that time. I have personally read a lot of versions of the Mahabharata and tried to interpret it in my way depending on how my situation has been from time to time. What I like about this book is it says you are bound by rules, but not I. I will choose. We have always known women to follow rules of men and to follow rules of the society. But Devdutt Patnaik shows us a way where he says that women in those times, they did not follow rules. This is an interpretation what people have done. Women have chosen. So this book talks about the 3 choices that Sita made. The 3 choices were, the first one was to go for Vanvas, or to go to the forest with Ram. The second was to wait for Ram and not give in to whatever Ravan wanted. And the third was to leave Ram again and go to the forest during her second Vanvas that she did alone. Now, why we say that it's her choice, even though history interprets as it, although history says that, oh, you know, Sita had to wait for Ram and Ram came to rescue her. No, it was Sita's choice to wait for Ram. Everything that happened with Sita in Ramayana was a choice. As the mother of a daughter, this becomes so important for me to read to her because I want to teach her that everything that happens with you in life is your choice. It's not circumstances. It's not, oh my God, somebody made me do this. No, it is a choice. It is what you chose to do for yourself, or what you chose to allow, or what you chose to bear or chose to endure. The day you decide that, hey, I am not choosing to do this, it stops happening to you. So that way, this becomes very important. I'm going to read the summary of this. Long ago, the poet sage Valmiki composed the Ramayana. It's the tale of Ram, the son prince of Ayodhya, who is obliged to follow family rules and so makes no choices, and of Ravan, king of Lanka, who does not respect anybody's rules or other people's choices. Over the centuries, hundreds have retold the tale in different languages. But few have noticed that the tale always depends on the choices made by Sita. What were Sita's choices? So this book spins the whole narrative around and makes it about Sita, or makes it about Sitayan, which is the story of Sita. You know, we always know Ramayana as the story of Ram. We keep talking about him, we keep glorifying him. But Ram was nothing without Sita. She had as much of a role to play in his life. And in fact, she had as much of a role to play in her own life. And I think that is what I like about the perspective of Devdutt Patnaik. That is what I love about Devdutt Patnaik. Also, I have a personally autographed book. I had gone to an event where Devdutt Patnaik was giving books. So this is a personal autographed copy by him. So fangirling on this as well. So here were the 2 books that I read in the last few days. If you want to know anything else about me, do put it in the comments below. Any reviews on this video, please do put it in the comments below. Let's be interactive. Let's talk to each other. That is how we will build a relationship with each other. If you like this video, please do share it, subscribe to the channel, comment on this video, like it, share it with everybody else. And if you have anything specific that you want to see, please do let me know. You can also write an email to me. I'll be happy to read and respond. That was it from me for today. Happy Saturday. Have a great weekend. I am going to see you tomorrow, same place. I'm not sure if it's going to be the same time, but I'll be looking forward to see you. So do meet me over here only. Bye-bye.